Chapter 13. Text 42. Part 42.
Hare Krishna. So, first, no, we are very grateful and thankful to His Grace Kartikeya Prabhu. First time Prabhu has visited our center, Krishna Rajapuram, and many of you might have seen him in online. It's Sloka a day. The program is very, very popular and successful, and he's very good in Gita course programs, and he's a full-time devotee in ISKCON Whitefield, and he has his own center in Panatur, means Bellandur, near Bellandur. He has his own center and has a very good congregation, very nice center. And he gives classes for all the category people, teenagers and students and family members, everyone. And Prabhu is M.Tech, passed out in Bets Pilani, and he has a very, very beautiful Gaurnita deities. Really, you feel to stay with them. Very nice, very beautiful Gaurnita deities. They were with him now when he started, I think M.Tech or B.Tech. So from that time, so Prabhu is taking care and they are taking care of Prabhu both. So, and Prabhu has a very nice technique for preaching. He has one new model of setting up altars in all, whoever congregations are becoming serious. Like whatever altar we have here, like that, similar altars he is installing in his all the members' houses. That makes them more and more serious. And we are also asking his help for all our congregation devotees. Wherever we want to install altar, we'll invite Prabhu. So very mercifully agreed. Yeah, yes, Prabhu, I'll come and I'll help you. So this all, there are many unlist, list is keep going. So many sevas he's doing, taking care and youth preaching, college preaching, and then Gita course, and then now special sessions are going on. Very nice titles I've seen. I could not attend these sessions. So very nice sessions. And Prabhu speaks in Hindi, English, Kannada, minimum three languages. Maybe we can ask other languages also, I think. So now we requested Kannada come English. Prabhu will speak in those two languages. We will welcome.
I'm very happy to be here. I've heard a lot about Puram congregation, very fired up, doing various things. So I keep hearing your glorious Sankirtan activities. I hear that every now and then you people are out on the roads and get people to this place. Very, very inspiring. So that has inspired me to inspire my congregation also for Sankirtan every now and then. And obviously, Veni Mother Prabhu is very, very inspiring. One of my very dear friend. I'm always amazed at how he joined this place where there's no brahmacharis. Only congregation, and there he he joined the ashram. Very nice. Very, very inspiring. So you all are very fortunate to have him here. Under his guidance, very nice things are happening. So thank you once again. So let's start with Srimad Bhagavatam. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, titled Dhritarashtra Quits Home, text 42. Yatha gavo nasi potas tantyam baddhas chadamavihi Vaktantyam namabhir baddha Vahanti valimi ishituhu Yatha gavo nasi protas Tantyam baddhascha dhamabhihi Vaktantyam nam Mataji's. What do we mean? Yatha, as much as, Gava, cow, Nasi, by the nose, Prota, strong, Tantyam, by the thread, Baddha, bound by, Cha, also, Damabihi, by ropes, Vak Tantyam, in the network of Vedic hymns, Namabihi, by nomenclature, Baddha, condition, Vahanti, carry on, Balim, orders, Ishituhu, for being controlled by the Supreme Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. As a cow bound through the nose by a long rope is conditioned, so also human beings are bound by different Vedic injunctions and are conditioned to obey the orders of the Supreme. Purport. Every living being, whether a man or an animal or a bird, thinks that he is free by himself. But actually, no one is free from the severe laws of the Lord. The laws of the Lord are severe because they cannot be disobeyed in any circumstances. The man-made laws may be evaded by cunning outlaws, but in the courts of supreme lawmaker, there is not the slightest possibility of neglecting the laws. A slight change in the course of God-made law can bring about a massive danger to be faced by the lawbreaker. Such laws of the Supreme are generally known as the codes of religion under different conditions. But the principle of religion everywhere is one and the same, namely, obey the orders of the Supreme God, the codes of religion. That is the condition of material existence. All the living beings in the material world have taken up the risk of conditioned life by their own selection and are thus entrapped by the laws of material nature. The only way to get out of the entanglement is to agree to obey the Supreme. But instead of becoming free from the clutches of Maya or illusion, foolish human beings become bound up by different nomenclatures, being designated as Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, Hindus, Mohammedans, Indians, Europeans, Americans, Chinese, and many others. And thus they carry out the orders of the Supreme Lord under the influence of respective scriptural or legislative injunctions. The statutory laws of state are imperfect imitation replicas of religious codes. The secular state or the godless state allows the citizens to break the laws of God, but restricts them from disobeying the laws of the state. The result is that people in general suffer more by breaking the laws of God than by obeying the imperfect laws made by man. Every man is imperfect by constitution under conditions of material existence. And there is not the least possibility that even the most materially advanced man can enact perfect legislation. On the other hand, there is no such imperfection in the laws of God. If leaders are educated in the laws of God, there is no necessity of a makeshift legislative council of aimless men. There is necessity of change in the makeshift laws of man, but there is no change in the God-made laws because they are made perfect by the all-perfect personality of Godhead. The codes of religion, scriptural injunctions are made by liberated representatives of God in consideration of different conditions of living and by carrying out the orders of the Lord, the conditioned living beings, and gradually become free from the clutches of material existence. The factual position of the living being is, however, that he is the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. In his liberated state, he renders service to the Lord in transcendental love and thus enjoys a life of full freedom, even sometimes on an equal level with Lord, sometimes more than the Lord. But in the conditioned material world, every living being wants to be the Lord of other living beings. And thus, by the illusion of Maya, this mentality of lording it over becomes a cause of further extension of conditional life. So in the material world, the living being is still more conditioned until he surrenders unto the Lord by reviving his original state of eternal servitorship. That is the last instruction of Bhagavad Gita and all other recognized scriptures of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamniyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Padakam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sagana Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamritamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vacharam Sambandham Hete Girim Yatripadam Vande Shri Guru Ditaram Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome everyone for the Sunday Feast class. It's very nice to know that when it comes to devotees, all of us, we just have few options now remaining to enjoy. Yes. Now we cannot go to movies. Anyone recently visited any movie? We cannot go to restaurants. What else remains? People outside, they are enjoying like this. ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಏನಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿತಲ್ಲ only thing that remains in our life is the best thing, that is Krishna consciousness. And when it comes to devotees, recently we had Ramnavami festival in our Panatur center. So one family, very very posh, they are Karodpati. So the mother was telling the daughter, see, even if you go to a restaurant, these many items you'll get to eat for free. So when it comes to us as devotee association, it's always blissful. One devotee was sharing that Prabhuji, right from the time I've come to ISKCON and started attending the sessions, my savings have increased. We come here, we have prasad, we have nice devotee association. And if you have leaders like Veni Madhav, you'll be always engaged. You have no option, you cannot go anywhere. So in this way, devotees have very wonderful time, and especially chanting the holy names and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, shloka number 9, Macchitta Madgata Prana Odayantha Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. So Krishna is saying what my devotees do after coming together. They come together and they discuss about me. Bodhayantha Parasparam. They speak about me. They speak about my glories, my pastimes. And then Kathayantasya Mam Nityam, which goes on and on and on when devotees come together. Two things happen when Katha happens. First, Tushyanti Cha, we become satisfied. Ramanti Cha, we become very happy. Now these two things will happen with those people who are attentive in class. And it also happens with those people who are not attentive. Yes, the ones who are attentive, they're on the spiritual platform, they get satisfaction. The ones who are not, they'll doze off for some time on the material platform, they'll get satisfaction. But then when it comes to Bhagavatam discourse, one thing is very clear. When the glories of the Lord enters our ears, our hearts will be cleansed. And when our hearts are cleansed, then there's a different bliss altogether. So today we have that opportunity. Every Sunday, I guess, all of you come together like this and have sessions. So let's dive deep today in this particular purport of Srila Prabhupada, this particular shloka, and try to see what we can learn today before leaving this place, ISKCON Puram. So this is a chapter which is titled Dhritarashtra Quits Home. Now Dhritarashtra's brother's name is Vidura, Dasiputra. Now Vidura, he left home, he went for a Tirtha Yatra. He met Maitreya, and they had an intense discussion. The Bhagavatam, almost for till 5th canto, we have discussion between Maitreya and Vidura. So Vidura is asking questions, Maitreya is answering. Now, after finishing all that, Vidura comes back to Hastinapur. Now, when Vidura comes, there's a great celebration. That, oh, now uncle is back, Yudhishthira Maharaj and other 4 Pandavas, they're very, very happy, they're welcoming. See, this was in Dwapar Yuga. Kali Yuga, if some guest comes, you start thinking, why this person has come? Now the wife will look at the husband. You called, eh? And husband will know, why didn't you call? They have come by themselves. So they call us Atithi. There is no Tithi for their Agman. No, they're Atithi. They just come, unscheduled people. But here, when Vidura came, they were extremely happy. Extremely happy. They're welcoming him, they're talking, discussing, inquiring, how is your health and how are things, how was your Tirth Yatra and so on and so forth. And then they asked, hope everything is good in Dwarka. Dwarka Vasis are good. Yella chanagidara alli. Innana problem agidya alli. So Bhagavatam says that Vidura, he didn't speak about Krishna's going back home or the devastation that happened when it comes to all the Yadavas. They all killed each other. That happened there. So there it is said, when the bad news has to come, anyways it will come. Why speak about it? That's the lesson that is given in one of the shlokas. Then Vidura, he didn't speak about all that. He just said everything is good. He just waited for time. Time will reveal. And then Vidura goes to Dhritarashtra. And then he starts chastising left and right. You're a dog. You're here in the house of your enemies. Or you don't feel shame? What sort of person you are? He chastises him left and right, tells him you're going to die very soon. Leave the place immediately. Instructs him. Then Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they leave the place in the middle of the night. And Vidura also leaves with them. Now, next day, when Yudhishthira Maharaj and the 5 Pandavas, when they come to that place to take their blessings. Previously, this was there every morning, so they will get up and take blessings. Prabhupada disciple had come to our center, Harishori Prabhu. Harishori Prabhu or Horijan Prabhu, one of them, they were telling that one boy, he went down, small boy, he went down to the feet of one devotee. So something had fallen, he was picking up. So devotee went to bless him. And the boy saw his hand coming like this. The boy got up and he gave high five. That is Kali Yuga. Taking blessings and all this is very difficult. Recently, I was invited to a Chaitanya Techno School, Marathali. So it was a parents and students get together. So the topic was, the principal was telling me that, Prabhuji, you please inspire them to respect the parents, to take their blessings and all that. And on that day, the special event was the kids will do Pada Puja of their parents. So before that started, I ran away from that place. So now explicitly in Kali Yuga, we have to tell people, you have to do it. But see, in those yugas, the golden ages before, it was natural, they will get up, go take blessings. So the younger ones will go and take blessings of the elder ones. This is offensive now in Kali Yuga, but this used to happen. The wives will get up, they'll take blessings of husbands. Yes. So in this way, this was happening. So he went to check to take blessings. But then Dhritarashtra is not there, Gandhari is not there, Vidura is not there. Yudhishthira Maharaj went to Sanjaya and he asked, "Oh Sanjaya, where is your master? Where are my uncles? Where is my mother, my aunt? Where is she?" And Sanjaya, he said that, "No, they have ditched me. They have cheated me, they have left." When Yudhishthira Maharaj heard this, he was crying like anything. Crying like anything. See, same person, Dhritarashtra, he plotted various plots to kill the Pandavas by poisoning, by burning them in various ways or whatever. Now, if someone like that goes away from the house, it's a very happy occasion. There should be a party for devotee Sankirtan party, no other party. It has to be there. But here, look at Yudhishthira. Look at his heart, such a kind heart. He starts crying. He starts lamenting. Maybe since I offended them, they left. I'm such a great offender. And at that time, the great preacher enters, the traveling preacher, Narada Muni. He enters that place. He sees Yudhishthira Maharaj's lamentation. And then he starts speaking philosophy. So whenever there is a difficult time a person is going through, and if he's intelligent, then it's very good to speak philosophy. And here Narada Muni started speaking philosophy. The only goal of this philosophy was to remove his lamentation. Because he was very, very sorrowful. So he wanted to remove the lamentation. So he started speaking the philosophy. Now this particular shloka that we are seeing, shloka number 42. So before that we have one shloka which says, Sri Narada said, O pious king, do not lament for anyone. For everyone is under control of Supreme Lord. Therefore, all living beings and their leaders carry on worship to be well protected. It is He only who brings them together and disperses them. Now, for this shloka, he gives two examples. And one example is what we are seeing today. That is, as a cow bound through the nose of a long rope is conditioned, yatha gavo nasi protas tantyam baddhasta dhamabhihi. So also human beings are bound by different Vedic injunctions and are conditioned to obey the orders of the Supreme. Vak tantyam namabhir baddha vahanti balin ishitu. And Prabhupada is giving a very, very wonderful purpose. So like the cow, I'm sure the ones who have been to their villages and our Goshala in our HBR layout. So I'm sure you might have seen in Goshala, I don't think we have, only for some cows they have tied a rope from the nose. So when that is tied, so cow can easily be controlled, very easily. But if that nose rope is not there, then it's very difficult to control the cow if it goes uncontrolled. So similarly, the Vedic injunctions given by Krishna, they control the human beings. This is what this purport is saying. This is what the shloka is saying. So some points which I would like to highlight here from the purport. Every living being, whether a man or an animal or a bird, thinks that he is free from himself, but actually no one is free from the severe laws of the Lord. The laws of the Lord are severe because they cannot be disobeyed in any circumstances. Such laws of Supreme are generally known as codes of religion under different conditions. But the principle of religion everywhere is one and the same, namely to obey the orders of the Supreme God, the codes of religion, that is the condition of material existence. Okay, what is material existence? Let's try to understand. So material existence is basically the laws which governs us all the time. And these laws are created by Krishna. Now we cannot change the laws of Krishna for sure, not possible. So we have to follow the laws. If we don't follow the laws, we'll be punished. Now sometimes atheistic people say, I don't believe in all this. Okay, don't believe, who cares? You'll be punished. It's almost like saying, you park your car in non-parking zone, and then you look at the non-parking board and you say, I don't believe in all this. That's your stupidity then. No, you don't believe, no problem. No, you have to pay fine for that. Similarly, when we don't follow the laws of this world, we will be punished for sure. So it's a very important thing to note that we are bound by laws. No one is free. No one is free. Whatever we do, say telling a lie, stealing, meat eating, and so on and so forth, we have to suffer. We have to suffer. Now see, one thing as preachers we should know, that we shouldn't fear speaking about all this. Before I used to think twice, speaking about meat eating. I was thinking, should I speak or should I not? Maybe people will run away. No, we have to. Because people are going to get punished for that. Yes. 5th canto, last chapter of Bhagavatam, it's very clearly said what happens to people who commit all these illicit activities. Right? So it's not good. So as a preacher, we have to be very, very bold. And Prabhupada was there in the West. So from one person from Ramakrishna Mission, he came and he said, Swamiji, if you speak all this, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no followers will come. And this dhoti kurta you should change. Wear Nehru jacket, wear pajamas. That will attract people. And Prabhupada said, nothing doing. I'll speak this, and this is the truth. And if people want to follow, they will come. And look at Srila Prabhupada. My God. For us, no, preaching is very easy. Now you go and then they'll welcome. Oh, Swamiji has come. No, please come. Please come. But when Prabhupada went there, you all know very well what happened. The hippies were there, and there were times when Prabhupada now was running for his life. One hippie was about to kill him. David, he was about to kill him. Prabhupada was running for his life. In that place where meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication was so rampant, there Prabhupada said, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. Can you see the guts of our Acharya? This is called confidence. This is called confidence. And since he was confident, he could do that preaching. So many people came, so many people became followers. So it's a very important thing to note that whatever it is, we have to speak about Krishna's creation and Krishna's laws that he has set. No one can violate that, for sure. In the next few lines, Prabhupada is saying that all living beings in the material world have taken up the risk of conditioned life by their own selection and are thus entrapped by the laws of material nature. But instead of becoming free from the clutches of Maya or illusion, foolish human beings become bound up by different nomenclatures, designations, and thus they carry out the orders of Supreme Lord under the influence of respective scriptural or legislative injunctions. So there's a fact that we have chosen to be here in this material world. I'm not talking about the center. Even center also we have only chosen. So in the material world, we are here because we have chosen. Now choose Madhili, Baraka. Since we have chosen, because we wanted to come here, we are here. Sometimes last few weeks back, when I gave the Gita course session, when Mataji came and she started fighting with me. She started telling that, arguing, not arguing. So she started arguing with me, saying that Krishna can do anything. No, why is he not doing? Why is he not coming and solving all the problems? This and that. So I was telling, see, it's our karma, so we have to go through. I was explaining all that. No, but still, he should do it. He can do it. See, this option we had before coming here. Now we have come here. We are under the laws of the Lord. We do any simple activity, we have to suffer. Right? People are asking when this war was happening. Still it's going on, Russia and Ukraine. They're asking, why is it happening? What's wrong? And Prabhupada very clearly says that when we violate the laws, all this will happen. This is called as mass cleanup. We do mass cleaning, right? So nature also does mass cleaning. And she removes people from that place. So in this way, we understand that whenever the laws are violated, cleanup happens. And we cannot blame the Lord of Prakriti because we have chosen. We came here to enjoy. We are envious of the Lord. One devotee was arguing again, saying, Prabhuji, how can you say we are envious of the Lord? See, we come to the center, we do so much of worship, we dance in the kirtan, japa martivi, bhagavatam martivi. Adange heltira you, you're envious of that. One simple example I'll give. Please hear carefully. So, when the cooking happens, here kitchen is a bit far. If suppose it is near, say at your homes when cooking is happening, and say gulab jamun is made. As soon as I say gulab jamun, naturally different mood comes. Yes. So say gulab jamun is made and the smell from the kitchen, it comes and it enters your nose. Automatically mouth will salivate, no? Yes. So we will not think that no, the offering has to be done and this naturally it will salivate. This is the proof that we are envious of Krishna. It's not that we have service mode. Correct? So only after a lot of purification, then even when smell goes, it will not salivate because it is not offered to Krishna. So as of now, this envious mentality is there. What? So on Friday, I was giving a class to all the youth boys. So I was telling this, that one boy was asking this question that, Prabhuji, can you please explain about the stages of bhava, prema and others? I said, forget about all that. First, we have to become servants of the Lord. That only has not happened. Yes? When it comes to becoming servant of the Lord, We might say that I'm so and so Das, and we might call other person as Prabhuji, etc. But then the fact is that enjoyment tendency has not gone. No? Since all boys were there, I was telling them that say you look at a girl and you get attracted, there itself gone. You prove that you're not the servant of the Lord. Yes. Simple, no? Because with the enjoyment tendency, when you do anything, that goes on to say that I am not the servant of the Lord, but I am the enjoyer. So in this way, we have come not to this place for one thing, that is enjoyment. And the Bhagavatam speaker, every Bhagavatam class will say, we are not the enjoyers. We have to stop sense gratification. We have to serve Krishna. It's almost like we are in the waters, and the Bhagavatam speaker is saying, don't get wet. Don't get wet. Hey, Baba, we are in water, we'll get wet for sure. But this is the fact that we are in the material world. More we enjoy, more we are going to get into. Many times devotees will say this, Prabhuji, I don't want to enjoy. Somehow, no, I am somehow getting caught in this particular thing. I don't want to enjoy. I don't know why Maya is troubling me so much. I don't know why Maya is troubling me so much. See, Maya is not troubling. You know our situation, how it is? Say this is Maya, and this is we. We are holding on to Maya like this tightly, and we are saying, leave me, leave me, leave me. Right? Stupid. You're holding and then you're saying, leave me, leave me, leave me. This is exactly our situation. You know, we want to enjoy. But then we are like, leave me, leave me, leave me. And this leave me happens only few minutes after Bhagavatam class. After that, again, we are back. This is a fact. So in this way, we understand that we have come here, we have taken the risk. We have come here, now we are conditioned. We have come for enjoyment, but then we have to get freed from this particular thing. We have to get freed from all the designation. As Prabhupada says, I'm Indian, I'm American, I'm dog, I'm cat. Prabhupada's famous audio is there where he says this. Next few lines, Prabhupada is saying that every man is imperfect by constitution under conditions of material existence, and there is not the least possibility that even the most materially advanced man can enact perfect legislation. On the other hand, there is no such imperfection in the laws of God. If leaders are educated in the laws of God, there is no necessity of a makeshift legislative council of aimless men. There is necessity of change in makeshift laws of man, but there is no change in God-made laws because they are made perfect by the all-perfect personality of Godhead. So when it comes to Lord's laws, we have to understand that it is perfect, completely perfect. There's no question of flaw anywhere. No question of flaw. So sometimes, people say this, God should have done this. He's not doing this properly. He can do this also, right? He can remove this. Why so much of suffering is there here? He can do this, he can do that. Are Baba, you're more intelligent. Go and tell him what he is supposed to do. Go. See, Lord is that person who knows what is supposed to be done. The first shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, it's very clear. Janmadhyasya vayad itaratas charthis abhigna swarat. He's abhigna. He knows what is happening around and he knows the laws very clearly because he has created those. So his laws cannot be violated. His laws cannot be changed. Never. But then when it comes to us, when we make laws, we use our imperfect senses, all the defective, we are a defective piece, I have to agree with this. So we use the defective senses, defective intelligence, defective mind to create the laws, which will remain defective. But see, do you see this? How much ego we have, like especially now in India, we see. So before Manu Samhita was followed, and then the great intelligent personalities, they came, they burnt Manu Samhita. Now they've created their own laws. And see what nonsense is going on. Yes. So in this way, we see that when it comes to laws, those are perfect. If you just follow that, life will be peaceful, very peaceful. And our laws will always be imperfect. So this is the point that is made here by Srila Prabhupada. He continues saying, the man-made laws may be evaded by cunning outlaws, but in the courts of supreme lawmaker, there is not the slightest possibility of neglecting the laws. A slight change from the course of God-made law can bring about a massive danger to be faced by the law breaker. In India, it is very simple. Now you commit some crime and you escape. So there are so many rapists around, there are so many murderers, so many people who have committed theft. But then very easily they get rid of that, all the punishment and all that. So a cunning man can somehow get rid of the punishment of the law of this world. But when it comes to the Lord, there's no escape. There's no chance of escape. Yes. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara Sarva Bhutana Riddhesha Arjuna Tishtati, 18th chapter, 61st verse. He's saying that I'm there in everyone's heart. And he is doing this. Upadrashta Anumanta, Bharta Bhukta Maheshwara. He is the overseer. He's watching everyone. We might think I'm alone. No one is watching me in the house. It's pitch dark. Yes. 24/7 CCTV is fixed in your heart. And recording is happening. One person was asking, Lord is recording so much. His head will not burst. So is unlimited. No. So is unlimited. He's all pervading. So continuous recording is going on. Whatever we are doing, no, continuous recording is going on. Even our thought process is getting recorded. So at the time of death, we cannot escape. Here, no, on the court, easily the person can say, no, I didn't do it. Now, when that is said, the judge will ask the other party that, okay, now show some proofs. He's saying he has not done. So they have to get the proof. Again, next hearing and after another hearing. And like that, the murderer will die, becoming old. But when it comes to the laws made by the Lord and his proofs, so say we reach the judgment day, we are there in front of Yamaraj, or maybe we are there in front, just doors of Goloka, and then we want to enter, we're just there outside. And then they're telling, no, you committed this sin, you offended this person. We're like, no. I'm always white and white, outside and inside also. Now I'm inside, before I white and white, yes. Immediately there will be a video that will be played. Look at this. Look at you. And then, no, I'm just doing action. I was not thinking what you're saying. The thought process will also be played in front of us at that time. Then we cannot escape. Correct? So in this way, no, we cannot escape what we have done. This is the point that I'm trying to make. And here Prabhupada says massive danger. What is that massive danger? In second chapter Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 40, Krishna is saying, Neha Vikramanashosti Pratyavayo na Vidyate Swalpamapyasya dharmasya dhayato mahato bhaya. So here Krishna is saying that one escapes the greatest danger. And Prabhupada is also saying massive danger. What is that massive danger? Gliding down to the lower species of life. We commit sins, we do various nonsense, we'll go down to animal species, and in animal species, there is no question of breaking the cycle of birth. Not possible. We will just do eating, sleeping, mating, defending. There is no escape at all. There's no escape. So in this way, when a person is doing something which is evading the laws of the Lord, he will glide down to the lower species. This is what Prabhupada is saying here in this purport. Prabhupada continues in the purport where he's saying, so I'll just take last few minutes and I'll end for today's class. The factual position of the living being is, however, that he is the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. In his liberated state, he renders service to the Lord in transcendental love and thus enjoys a life of full freedom. Even sometimes on an equal level with the Lord, or sometimes more than the Lord. Dhruv Maharaj is offering prayers. So Dhruv Maharaj did a lot of tapasya. Oh, I'm supposed to speak in Kannada also. Dhruv Maharaj bhara tapasya madadu. 6 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವರನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. Just in 6 months he attained Krishna. But his austerity we cannot think. Upasad ಮೇಲೆ upasa. In once in 3 days he will have food. After that, next month, once in 6 days, he was drinking water. After that, some little air also. Once in 12 days or something, it's like he was breathing air. Anyone wants to try? Very simple. 6 months you'll attain Krishna. We'll be able to see Krishna face to face. I don't know if we'll be alive to see Krishna face to face in this body. So Dhruv Maharaj did this, and then Lord appeared in front of Dhruv Maharaj. And when Lord appeared in front of Dhruv Maharaj is completely satisfied. Now then Dhruv Maharaj is saying, Sthana vilashi tapasi stitoham. I have attained, I was doing all this tapasya for what? Sthana, for getting this property, much greater than my grandfather. Then he says, Tvam praptavan deva munindra guyam. But now I've attained you. Now attain you is very difficult to attain even by the rishis and devas. And then he says, Kachan vichinvan napi divya ratnam. Oh Lord, you know what? I'm searching for broken pieces of glass. But now I've gone divya ratnam. I've got divya ratnam in front of me. And then he says, Swamin kritharthosmi varam nayache. Oh Lord, I don't want anything now. I've attained you. See, this is how Krishna is very tricky. He says, I don't know how many newcomers are there, but still listen. He says that whatever desires you have, you come to me. You have material desires, you come to me. You have spiritual desires, you come to me. But when we go to Krishna with a material desire, you know what Krishna does? He will tell, no, I'll sanction, don't worry, I'll sanction, I'll sanction, I'll sanction. And in the meantime, when we are approaching him, doing his bhakti and various other things, he'll purify us. Now that desire goes away. Now when that desire goes away, then Krishna says, take. And then the devotee is like, no, I don't want that. Many times devotees have said, I'm seeing in my own life also. Whatever before we have prayed, when we wanted, he didn't give. Now when we're saying, we don't want, I'm a brahmachari, no, I don't want. Krishna, no, take. So when he got darshan of the Lord, Dhruv Maharaj, he is offering prayers. And there he is telling the Lord that, oh Lord, just by hearing your katha, just by taking your darshan, we get so much of bliss. That bliss even you cannot get. Only these devotees can do, you know, where they challenge the Lord also. You cannot get that also. And this is a fact that Lord might be Ananda, no, he's a personality made up of Ananda, full of bliss. But then his devotees relish more. His devotees relish more. So when Krishna was seeing Srimati Radharani's bliss, how come she's enjoying so much? How come just by taking my darshan, she's so happy? Just by hearing about me, she's so happy. What is she relishing? Just to relish this, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, came down as Sri Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. He just came down to see, relish. Relish what? Relish a very, very important rasa. That what the devotees are relishing. Oh, we have a Krishna here coming. Hare Krishna. So what the devotees are relishing? So here we understand very clearly that Lord is Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, Vigraha he is, but then devotees relish more. Yes. So in this way, when we come to our constitutional position of being the servant, we can actually be happy. Till the point where we remain Prabhu and Prabhu Ji's, we cannot enjoy. Only when we come down and we become Das, then only we can enjoy in spiritual life, a life in general in the material world also. Here it is said, the last paragraph which I would like to read from the purport. But in the conditioned material world, every living being wants to be the lord of other living beings, and thus, by the illusion of Maya, this mentality of lordship, it becomes a cause of further extension of conditional life. So in the material world, the living being is still more conditioned until he surrenders onto the Lord by reviving his original state of eternal servitorship. That is the last instruction of Bhagavad Gita and all other recognized scriptures of the world. The only way to get out of the entanglement is to agree to obey the Supreme. So we are in the material world, and Lord is very, very merciful. He has given us the way out also. Recently, I was giving a Bhagavatam class, I think on Thursday. So from 15th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, I was quoting some points. Look at the mercy of the Lord, that Lord takes care when we are in the conditioned state. He says that he is the sun, he is the moon, he is the fire. Now just imagine there is no sun, there is no moon, there is no fire. We cannot live. He's fire outside and he's fire inside also. He's a fire of digestion. Because of him, digestion happens. If the moon is not there, the vegetables will not be nourished. And if the fire of digestion is not there, we cannot digest those vegetables. So in the conditioned state, Lord is taking care of us like this in all the possible ways. And He as Paramatma gives us remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. Without Him, we cannot remember anything. We cannot. Lord reminds us, Paramatma, you remember in past life you had this desire, go ahead, fulfill. And He makes us forget. Say in the past life we have died by car accident or so. And this life we remember that. For sure we'll never enter any car. For sure. So forgetfulness is also benediction. And along with this, all this, on the gross platform, Lord is taking care of us. On the subtle platform, Lord is taking care of us. On the mind platform, intelligence platform. Along with that, Krishna is helping us to get out of this gross and subtle body also. By giving us the Vedic scriptures. By giving us the way out of this place, the form of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So it's a very, very important thing to note that if we just follow the instructions by Krishna, we will be free. We'll be free for sure. Sometimes people look at devotees and they say, there's so many rules you people follow. No onion garlic, no tea, coffee. Don't go here, don't go there, come only here. Here bald people coming and speaking. So many rules are there. You people, be free, enjoy life. What are you doing? Have you people heard this? No? People say this. And then people who are married, recently I got to know that 40-year-old couple, so to them, someone is preaching that, Hare, you're so young. Enjoy, what is Hare Krishna you're doing? Hare Baba, you're going to die very soon. 40 means like, very high. Die very soon. I'm saying, yeah. I was distributing these books during book marathon, and I met a couple who was like easily 45, 50. And then I was telling them Bhagavad Gita is a life manual. It's very, very important to read. So I'm going behind them and they're moving ahead. I'm following with them. So I was like, take this Bhagavad Gita, it will help you a lot. And they're pretty old. I mean, by face and all that, I could make out. But they are like, नहीं अभी तो अभी हम जवान हैं, अभी तो ये सब नहीं पढ़ेंगे. अभी तो बहुत time है अभी मरने के लिए. तो old age में पढ़ेंगे हम. So somehow with I don't know where that came from. I said that even after seeing so many deaths in COVID time, you still feel that you're going to become old and die. He just looked at me like that, ran away. Yes. So the point is that people will tell so many things. That why you're doing this, why you're doing that. But you know what is the fact? These people who are doing so-called enjoyment, drinking wine, enjoying so many different things, going to different places. With every activity, please hear this carefully. With every activity, they are getting entangled more and more and more. And a devotee, by following the rules and regulations, is getting free more and more and more. So when we are following any rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness that is given by the Acharya Srila Prabhupada, we should be very, very enthusiastic. As soon as we hear in the lecture, we should follow immediately. Because that particular thing will help us to get free from the clutches of birth and death, for sure. So we are going towards freedom. And they who think that they're free, they're going towards the bound state. And this is a fact. So when someone says that, hey man, get some life, become free and all that, you say, time will tell the freedom, don't worry. Time will tell the freedom. So this is a very, very important point to note that actually the devotees are getting free. Initially, they might think they're getting bound by various rules and regulations, but every rule and every regulation is going to take us closer to that freedom of Goloka Vrindavan. My last point for today is this, that now we are practicing bhakti. I'm sure many of you are attending the sessions and having nice time here. If not Bhagavatam class or person like mine, surely Prasadam will give you a lot of bliss. Some of the other thing is there which will give us bliss. But initially, no, it is good. No, we can explore. Everything is new, so it will be nice. A new thing I'm exploring and all that. So that will give us bliss. But with time, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years in Krishna consciousness and above that, then monotony will come. Everything is same. ಏನು change ಇಲ್ಲ life ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದೇ ಕಥಾ, ಅದೇ ಮಂತ್ರ. Prasad, I don't know what is the menu here, but if suppose Prasad is also same khichdi, the same khichdi. No, someone might come and ask, "Tohi ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ mantra change ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Krishna and Ram, can you just put it here and nothing is going to change. This book Bhagavatam is going to remain Bhagavatam with 18,000 verses free. And it might be possible. Now, very soon we'll complete the entire Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitamrita. What will remain then after that? What is there after that? Now, some devotees might say, first initiation over, second initiation over, sannyas I'm not going to get. What is there now after this? Actually, as we sing in Chaitanya Shikshastakam, Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not joking with us. He's saying at every step there is a bliss in Krishna consciousness. Every step. Why are we not able to relish that? Whenever Bhagavatam speaker will say, there's so much of happiness in Krishna consciousness. And the devotees think, where is it, Prabhu? Tell us, I'm searching. Right from the first session I attended, search for happiness. From then I'm searching, where is that happiness? So this happiness is something which depends on us. Three important things I would like to highlight here. Right desire, right prayer, and right endeavor. Right desire. What is our desire now after coming to Krishna consciousness? We should have this desire, very intense desire, that I want to get taste in the holy name, taste in chanting. Normally, we keep chanting and then even I do that. Many devotees I've seen keep chanting, look here and then remove and put it back. Has station come or not? And then put it back. Why? Because we don't have taste. But the devotees who have taste, 16 rounds. Oh, let me do another 60. Oh, let me do another 60. I don't know if that day will come in our life. 16 after 16 after 16. But this is a desire that we need to have. We have to get taste in the holy name. See, when we are on the deathbed, even as devotees, I'm just speaking about devotees now. When we are on the deathbed, we are not able to do anything. Passing stool and urine on the bed. No one is not there to take care. We are just cribbing. I did so much for you people, you're not doing this for me also, whatever. See, at that time, nothing is going to help. What is going to help is the taste in the holy name. If we have got taste in the holy name, taste in Bhagavad Shravan, even on the deathbed, chanting the holy names, we will be so happy. Have you seen old people? They'll be keeping always cribbing. I did so much for you. Why are you not doing this for me? Why are you not listening? I have got so much of experience. Listen to me. And we are like, bye much yourself. Keep your mouth shut for some time. Yes. But then the one who has got taste in the holy name in Bhagavatam, people will come and respect that person. And that person will be like, no, leave me alone. I want some time for myself. We need to come to that level. Then when we say, no, give me some time for myself, people will be behind us. No, please tell, what are you relishing alone? What is that? That is the taste in the holy name. So hearing the Mahamantra very, very clearly when we are chanting is very, very important. We have to beg and pray to the Lord that, oh Lord, you have given me everything. You have given me such a nice association of devotees. You have given me a nice health. You have given me intelligence to understand the philosophy. But oh Lord, something very big is missing in my life. Taste for the holy name. I don't have taste. Please help me. So this desire, intense desire that I want taste for the holy name. I want taste in reading and hearing. I want taste for preaching. This is the prayer that we have to offer. Yes. So this is the desire that we need to have. And we have to pray intensely. Intensely to Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada, and Gauranga Krishna. We have to pray intensely. That please help me. Like our Bhakti Vinod Thakur is singing. Yes. He sings that song, Ohe Vaishnav Thakur. So look at the prayer and the mood of begging. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, Ekaki amar nahi paya bala harinama sankirtane tumhi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya Deva Krishna namadhane. Oh Sri Guru, oh Srila Prabhupada, I cannot chant alone. I don't have bala. I don't have strength. I don't have strength. Please help me. And see the prayer, he's saying that give me one drop of faith, one drop of faith. And look at the humility. With a lot of humility is begging that I alone cannot do it. Not possible, please help. So before we start chanting, before we come to Bhagavatam class or during Mangalacharan, we have to beg and pray. Please help me to relish the holy name. Please help me to get taste in the holy name and Bhagavatam. The next stanza is saying, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dete para, tumhara shakti ache. Ami to kankala, Krishna Krishna bol, daitava pache pache. Krishna is yours. So the Vaishnav can ask, so what? You have the power to give me Krishna. And say, the Guru is asking, or Prabhupada is asking, why should I give it to you? Ami to Kangal, I'm a beggar. I'm a beggar. Please give me. And say, Prabhupada is saying, no, I'll not give you. What if I don't give you? What will you do? Prabhupada, I'll just follow you. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Till the point you don't give me Krishna, I'm going to follow you. This is the intense mode of a devotee. No, whatever it is, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to intensely pray. And by their mercy, I can get taste. And we have to endeavor for this. This is the third thing. We have to endeavor, right endeavor. So right move or right desire, right prayer and right endeavor. We need to have the right endeavor. We have to follow the instruction as it is given. No tweaking instructions here and there. Yes, our authorities are here, our Bhakti Vriksha leaders, sector leaders, circle leaders, our center heads. Prabhupada's instructions they're following and they're giving us those. We have to follow that as it is. And we will see how tremendous progress we'll make in devotional service. And if we make tremendous progress in devotional service, if you go on the street with that intense love for Krishna, just by looking at you, people will start crying and jumping in ecstasy, chanting Krishna, Krishna. Can you imagine? No, all the KR Puram devotees are on the road. You're just walking silently. And all others looking at you are doing kirtan. This is possible if we attain that intense love for Krishna. And it is possible. Human life is given for that. Right? So last statement for today, Srila Prabhupada has created this platform for us to progress very nicely in devotional service. And there is only one goal, to attain eternal service to Lord Sri Krishna and Goloka Vrindavan. So let us all march together. All the Bhakti centers can march together towards Goloka Vrindavan. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any questions or comments? Yes, sir. Yes. Where is the reference what Guru Maharaj did? Samabilashi, that shloka. Which shloka? So fourth canto. So fourth canto, Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. So there it is clearly given that what all Dhruva Maharaj did and how Dhruva Maharaj attained Krishna. He realized the Lord in the heart first, and then his eyes was closed and he was complete in trance. And then Lord appeared in front of him. And then he disappeared from the heart. Then he opened his eyes. And then he got Sakshat. The 6 months. So he was just 5.5 years old when he got darshan. Fourth canto. Fourth canto, it comes in, I think, the middle chapters, if I'm not wrong. So this is 8th and 9th chapter, fourth canto. So you can read, you'll get a good insight. Anyone wants to ask anything? So Vidura, he was a very, very dear and a very pure devotee of Krishna. So he had the power to do. And see, Dhritarashtra heard from Sanjaya also, Bhagavad Gita. But then here Vidura had a very intense desire that my brother should become a devotee, he should change. So he had that intense desire. That mood he was preaching to him. And by that, since a pure devotee had desire, he got delivered. So that was the qualification. No, this was the only. This is enough actually. Being a pure devotee and having a desire that this person should get delivered. Okay, so thank you very much. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.